Hi, I'm Bobby Halton for Fire Engineering and FDIC, and thanks for tuning in. Hey, listen, we're just 20 days away from the greatest firefighting event in the world. I mean, and I say that, it's got very little to do with me. I say that because it's the fire services event. It's the chance for firefighters who are totally into the game to come and share and exchange, meet one another, enjoy each other's companies, and learn and grow. It's neat. It's really great networking. Nowadays people talk a lot about how we're not communicating as well as we should, but at FDIC, all those theories are destroyed because it really happens there. Remember the special events? Please sign up for the fun run. Please sign up for the stair climb, stop, drop, rock and roll, the Fool's Bash, the Firefighter Cancer Support Network Comedy Night. Please, if you're going to be there Tuesday night, please attend. It's a very, very important function for the fire service. And the union party on Friday night. There's so many things going on. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. There's all kinds of special stuff. You CrossFit folks, there's a huge CrossFit challenge going on. I hope you go and watch that. It's some really talented athletes. And thank you so much for supporting FDIC. And I just can't say enough about how exciting it is to go and be able to sit and listen to the great instructors and the wonderful fire service folks that are coming. You know, everybody from Denise Smith and Angela Hughes and John Norman and Alan Brunacini, and just some of the greatest folks in the fire service come together and share. And so thank you so much. Hope to see you there. If you do, come up, say hi. I'd love to get to know you better. And we're 20 days away. I can hardly believe it. So let's turn to our good friend George Washington and see what we can learn from our first, and in my opinion, our probably most important president. He kind of set the tone. This week, in his great book, Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior, which I think is a guidepost for firefighters, he says to us on page 9, and these weren't written by George. George adopted them. His brother Lawrence gave him a book. They were actually, Rules of Civility were actually written by some Jesuit priests in the 1600s, and George rewrote them by hand himself after his brother gave him the book because they were that important to him, and he followed them through his entire life, and I think we can learn from him. This week it says, "Spit not in the fire, nor stoop low before it, neither put your hands into the flames to warm them, nor set your feet upon the fire, especially if there be meat before it." Remember, back then, they didn't have central heat and central air like we do. So the fire was where the home was warmed, where the room was warmed, and oftentimes where the soldiers back in the day would be gathering about in the evening before they would turn in. But particularly in homes, people cooked in them. It was the only source of heat and sometimes a source of light for their structures. So it's interesting when he talks about what to do in front of the fire. And much could be said to what to do at the dinner table, or what to do when you enter someone's home as a firefighter. Remember to draw your cover. That's a sign of respect to someone's home. Remember to stop at the threshold and wait to be asked to come in. Things like that are really important. How one conducts themselves has a great deal to do with how one's going to be received. So the more manners that one can display, the better you're going to be received, and the better your message is going to be received. When he talks about not spitting into a fire, that's important stuff. Not chewing tobacco at the dinner table or in a restaurant or in an office meeting. That would be a similar discretion to make today. Those types of behaviors are best done outside and not in pleasant company or in restricted company where people can't get away from that activity. So I believe that's what the good president's words today would mean for us. Again, 20 days away from FDIC. Great webcast coming up on March the 7th. Incredible webcast being sponsored by our good friends from Globe. It's Denise Smith, Gavin Horn, and Steve Kerber. They did a really incredible set of experiments down at the University of Illinois last June, and just now the data is starting to get analyzed. It's still kind of preliminary, but we looked at fire attack, we looked at temperatures, we looked at flow paths, we looked at the effects on the firefighters. That's what Denise was really looking at. How fast did it make our blood coagulate? What did it do to our core temperatures? What happened? How much soot was taken off of people's skins? What was absorbed? What wasn't absorbed? How long did the gear off-gas? Some fascinating information. Please tune in. That'll be on the 7th of April. That's Thursday. I believe it's 1 o'clock Eastern. Please check the Fire Engineering website to get more information. And also there's a Google Hangout next Wednesday. Hope to see you there. Hey, I'm Bobby Halton. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great week. Can't wait to see you at FDIC. And please, remember, always be careful out there.